girl Ashantia, aka THEROYALTIA, back at it again with another video for you guys. So as y'all can see, like, I'm really feeling this purple look. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, I don't know, like, this might be like my everyday makeup look. Like, you know, got my highlight, got the purple, got the lashes. I don't know, like, I feel like this can be like everyday look, and you know, I got avocado oil. But anyway, that's besides the point. If you're new to my channel, hey, what's good, what's poppin'? If you are returning to my channel, hey boo, welcome back. But all y'all, if y'all haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and go ahead and turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified every single time I upload a new video. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this video now. Alright, you guys, as y'all already saw, we are back at it again with a real self-reflection video, and today I want to talk about emotions, cause your girl has been emotional. Like, I don't know, like, I'm already like a really emotional person anyway. I'm trying to, you know, find balance with that. Like, I see hair, but where is the hair? Like, kind of brush that up a little bit. All right, you guys, so we are going to be, like I said, we're going to be talking about emotions and all that good stuff. So like I said, like, I have been emotional lately and whatnot, and first things first, when things happen, it is a normal human response to have emotions, right? Our emotions, you know, are valid. However, if our emotions are controlling us, that's not healthy. We have to be in control of our emotions, okay? So that does not mean throwing stuff in the closet and hiding it under the rug or just suppressing it. When something happens, it's okay to cry, it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be upset. However, do not get stuck there and don't meditate on it, you know what I'm saying? So for me personally, like, I have been very emotional and stuff lately, and you know, I'm trying to get it in check, you know, with the Lord's help, because I'm still a work in progress, like we all are. We are never fully arrived. We are constantly growing and learning, right? So I mean, for me, like, I am a very emotional person. Y'all that know me, y'all already know what time it is. Like, I am. And that's one thing, like, you know, for me, I feel like, you know, the emotions I have, I feel like it's, you know, like a beautiful thing to be able to, you know, care about people and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, at the same time, it can be very, 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 if that makes sense. I don't know what other word to use but that sound, so I'm sorry if that sounded weird. But I've been really working on trying to be in control of my emotions and not letting my emotions control me. So what I've been trying to do, I've been trying to, like, immediately when something happens, of course, like, I'm gonna be upset and stuff, but after like 5-10 minutes, I'm like, okay, like, what happened? And then I replay the actual scenario in my head, and I literally have to sit here and pretend like I'm giving advice to one of my friends when analyzing it. And I'm like, okay, like, what happened? And actually look at it and really try to see it for what it is and not just how I'm feeling towards it. Like, I literally have to see her, I'm like, okay, like, if this was Sally Mae and this happened to her and she was telling me this, how would I respond? You know, like, sometimes we have to do that. I know that might sound crazy, but sometimes you have to pretend like you're giving advice for a friend, you know, just so you can move yourself and out of the situation and your emotions, because sometimes we perceive situations incorrectly solely because on how our emotional state is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're already in a bad mood, like, people who know me know I am not always the best texter, because sometimes when I am moody and I'm in a mood, I read messages wrong. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Like, I read the message based off of my emotions. So if I'm in a bad mood, say if somebody's just joking around with me through text message, you best to believe there's a good chance I'm going off just because my emotions were already all over the place, and then I'm sitting here going off with somebody. And sometimes our emotions can do that. Like, our emotions, like us not being in control of our emotions, does make us bleed on people that we don't need to be bleeding on. Like, sometimes we do be messing up people's day, all because we don't have ourselves in check. We don't have our emotions in check. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I've been trying to be, more disciplined, trying to be in my word, trying to, have my quiet time with God in the mornings, just so I can have, a clearer perspective on what's going on, and also, just asking God for help in my day, and that I may decrease so He can increase, um, and just really trying to be like more aware and more sensitive, um, to the spirit and things like that. Because I am trying to, do better, because I do acknowledge and I see the areas that I need help in. Like, I do need to be better at controlling my emotions, because a lot of the times when I go off and stuff, it's not even valid. Granted, the the magnitude that I go off is not valid. Okay? Your emotions are valid. I'm not saying you're trying to say, oh, like, your emotions don't matter, they're not important. It's okay. We're supposed to feel emotions. If we weren't supposed to feel them, God wouldn't have given them to us, right? But at the same time, we should not be out here being completely irrational, going off on people, for people who didn't do anything to us. Like, that's my biggest thing that I'm working on, because y'all know, like, I have been really sick lately, and not feeling like, not like sick, but like with the medical stuff that I've been dealing with for the past couple of years. Like, I have been in a lot of pain, and my mentality has really been, well, y'all already know how I am. So right there, when somebody says you already know how I am, that means that they know that they're toxic, and they don't care that they're toxic, and it's either you deal with them or you, like, get lost. How can I say that? I'm still, the Lord's working out my deliverance in that area. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you, because that's the point. Like, I'm trying to be as real and as open as possible. But when I sit here and tell y'all, like, when I'm in pain and I'm not feeling good, I cannot tolerate any type of foolishness, because when I'm in pain, I am really angry. The reason why I'm angry is that I'm in pain and I can't do anything about it. So when people do stuff, when people ask me too many questions, when people say the wrong thing, I literally spaz out on people. And I don't apologize immediately. Like, I might apologize like an hour or so later. I really don't wait till the next day. Like, I always do it before I go to bed. But like, in my head, I feel like, okay, like, if like, I'm in pain, like, leave me alone. Like, I want to be left alone. Like, don't talk, don't text me, don't call me, like, don't do nothing. Don't ask me to do anything. But that's wrong of me. Even though I'm in pain, even though I can't control my pain, there's no reason for me to be sitting here going off on people who love me and who care about me. So that's something that I'm working on, like, my friends know I'm working on it, my family know I'm working on it. Because it is, like, really toxic, Granted, they understand, but then it's like, at the same time, like, it's still not fair. It's not fair for me to sit here and take out how I'm feeling about myself and the current state that I may be in that moment, and go off on somebody. Like, like, sometimes people really be having a bomb day, and I be bringing them down because of my mouth. I know I have to work on my mouth. I know I have to work on controlling, like, my anger and what I say out of anger and frustration and irritation and all that stuff. But mostly, like, when I'm in pain and I'm not feeling good, it's like I'm not the cutest person. I'm not even gonna lie. Why am I gonna sit here and lie? You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole point of me being on here is to be open and honest and have real conversations with you all. You know what I'm saying? So we're not feeling like we're alone out here. And we all have our areas that we know that we're toxic in and that we need to change. So I've really been trying to control um, my emotions, and I've really been like, I'm working on trying to, because I haven't done it yet, but I am going to start working on trying to let people know in advance when I'm in pain. So they're not, so I can have my space, because I still need to have my space, but I need to know how to communicate that in a mature, respectable way. That's what I really, 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 really need to do. And I'm praying and asking the Lord to help me so I can be like, hey, I'm not feeling good. I'm in pain. I kind of need to be left alone. But my biggest thing is when I do tell people I'm in pain, when they ask me why, or when they ask me what's wrong, when I say that's literally like, I feel like it's the worst thing somebody can ask me. Even though most people be like, oh, thank you for caring about what's wrong with me. For me, it's the opposite, because usually when I'm not feeling good or I'm not in pain, it's because of the medical stuff I deal with. And I'm tired of having to physically say, oh, I'm in pain because of X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes me extremely angry. Like, when I say angry, like, I mean angry, and then I start sweating and I literally get hot. But I know it's because I'm letting my emotions take over on how I'm reacting. Like, I be spazzing. Like, my mom know, and I'm sorry, mom, once again. Like, I really be rude. And it's not like it's on purpose, and I always apologize afterwards, but it's literally because, like, when I'm in pain, it's just like, grrr, you know what I'm saying? But that's nobody's fault. And I have to understand the reason why people ask is because they love me and that they care about me. But that all goes to having to have a sit down with yourself, going back and examining the situation to see if how you are responding with your emotions, is it valid or not. Like, I could easily just say, like, okay, like, like, this is going wrong and da 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 da. But for me, I don't want to have to commute anything, and I know that's not right, and my emotions are, be all over the place and be really controlling how I act and how I am towards people. So yeah, I really pray, and I'm going to be actively communicating with people better and more, I guess, I don't want to, I guess proficiently would be an appropriate term to use. I don't know. But just being more open, being more honest. So, try to, get a text and just be like, hey, I'm not feeling good. Or just something. Or even when they do ask, because not, I can't sit here and tell people, oh, don't ask about me, because that's rude. And when people truly love you and care about you, you shouldn't have to close them out. But I mean, that's what I've been doing. I close people out and just ignore people. But that's my fault. That's me being extremely toxic, because I'm letting my emotions control how I feel. I'm letting it control how I treat people, and I'm letting it control me bleeding all over people and me making people's day bad. Like, I'm not ashamed or anything to admit it. Like, I understand sometimes I am not the best person to be around. That is like the number one area that I'm toxic in, because I am still learning on how to controlling my emotions. But the thing is, I've already made the first step. I made the first step of acknowledging the issue, and I have a game plan going from here on out. So I encourage you all, if there's something that y'all know that y'all are struggling in, really sit down and examine, like, okay, why do I always act this way during this situation? And really examine it. Sit down and pray and ask God and be like, God, can you please show me? Can you please reveal to me? Why am I constantly doing this? And guess what? God will bring it to you, and he'll show you, and he'll tell you. And then from there, you have to be willing to change, and you have to want to change, and ask God to help you to change, because you can't change on your own. I don't care what nobody says. You cannot change on your own. Nope. I need the Lord's help. You know what I'm saying? But I know that I'm held accountable, and I know um, I have to like really practice it. And you can't get better at something if you're not practicing it, if you're not making it repetitive, if you're not keep going after it. And even if you do mess up, like, don't beat yourself up. Like, the Lord doesn't bring condemnation. You know what I'm saying? He brings correction, but he doesn't condemn us. We are his kids. Like, God loves us like so much. It doesn't matter what we've done, what we're gonna do, because guess what? Jesus went on to the cross for our past sins, for our present sins, and for our future sins. Okay, God knew we were gonna mess up. Okay, that's why Jesus was the plan from the get-go. Okay, God knew everything that he was doing. He does not make mistakes. Um, so yeah, just really ask him, like, go to him, just be like, okay, yeah, I need help, because I understand, like, in this area, I'm very toxic. Like, when I'm in this type of mood, I spaz out and I beat on people who have no business being bled on. Um, and that's the only way, like, you can really um, begin to heal, and begin to walk out, like, your deliverance process, and doing your 180. So I hope everything I said made sense, and I love you guys so much. I pray y'all are having a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed life. And I pray that whatever y'all may be going through, and I pray that the Lord give you his strength to acknowledge your toxic areas and doing that 180 and turning. So if you're watching this in the morning, good morning. If you're watching this in the afternoon, good afternoon. If you're watching this in the evening, good evening. And what is wrong with my voice? And I will see y'all back here tomorrow. Bye.